What is good, chat? Alright, well, let's see here. Testing. Oh, yeah, we got it. Perfect. Let's go. Hey, who is looking to get absolutely shredded? Reach that 10% mark. Get dialed. Locked in. Oh, wait, whoops. I was looking at a comment there on the YouTube channel. That's where you get all the value. Everything is on YouTube. YouTube is where the real value is. But if you're looking to get shredded, right? This right here will tell you exactly how long it takes, depending on where you're starting from. If you're 40% body fat, 20%, whatever, 25%, you gotta lock in. Got you, bro. Got you. All right. Well, what's your weight right now? You want to be 20%. Currently 37, but it used to be 45. Alright, that's great progress. That's really good. The hardest part is starting. So, you know, if what you're doing is working, all you have to do is just stay consistent and continue with it. But let's see. 215, 25. All right, yeah. So let's say you're 215, 25%, trying to get to, let's say 15%. Boom. Make this over. So if you, yeah, if you followed this and you did it for 32 to 21 weeks, you could be there. Berta, what have you tried so far? Are you weightlifting? But yeah, I would say 21 weeks or so is a pretty good amount. Pretty realistic. If you're looking to get to 15% body fat. I'm 5'11, 13% body fat. You want to be 10. Okay, then you're not far off. You're not far off, but let's see. Let's see how long it would take. Uh, Lifting every day, perfect. Are you tracking calories? Because that'll be, the diet is really going to come down to that. It's really going to come down to your diet. I post my physique on TikTok. You can't check. I'm not on. I can't look at it right now. Barito, do you have Instagram? Hit me up on Instagram. Send me a DM and I'll check it out. Oh, what's going on, Manny Heffley? I have not seen Trainworks. He's a streamer, right? The only streamer I've been hearing about that gambles is Togi. Chris, what do you think about Togi? Togi's pretty valid. I can't lie. 6'1", 223, and you're 23 years old. Bet, bro. Let's see. You're trying to get absolutely dialed. Nito, what body fat do you think you are? Bert, Bert Lift on IG. Hit me up on Instagram. It's the same thing as this. Shoot me DM and I can give you a physique evaluation. And I can send over this guide as well if you want it. That's the way to go. But yeah, like it sounds like it's really gonna come down to your nutrition, right? That's the biggest effect. 1920. By judging, okay, if you had to look, if you had to guess, like where do you think you're at compared to these picks? 30 Adderall pills a day. Absolutely crazy. No, that's insane. But hey, the steroids, he makes it look really fun. No, Togi, like the amount of progress he makes in just such a quick time. But then you get the gyno. His gyno is low key crazy. The acne, if that gets worse. That'd be the worst part. That'd be the only thing that would stop me. But if there is no gyno, no roid rage, hey man, steroids will be unstoppable. For real, like I mean, just look at this guy. Look at 15% body fat. His black genetics be helping him out, low key. I can't lie. What about 25%, 154, 59? Let's see. Uh, boom. If you're trying to get to 15%, then Loki like 21 weeks as well. 21 weeks according to this. You know, if you follow this 0.75%, typically is a pretty good amount, or 1%. And you could definitely get there, right? It just comes down you just got to stay consistent with a plan that works. What have you been doing so far, KYS? Do you do weightlifting or or track calories? Those would be top tier. 1,200 calories a day optimal for my bulk? What? How are you gonna bulk on 1,200 calories? Unless you're like a very small person. You gotta be so tiny to bulk on 1,200 calories. You gotta be like a teenage girl. Anthony, what's your weight and height? How do I lose body fat? Calorie deficit, top tier. Just want to make sure you're in a calorie deficit. He's 9 years old. He adapted genetics. This guy is no way he's 9 years old. I wish I had that, bro. I wish I had elite genetics. I will say I have the chest genetics, but everything else could be better. That's the only thing I got gifted. I got gifted chest genetics, but I'd rather be have just top tier genetics. Let's go. We got that banana. I like that. I do Cialis. Wait, is that what you're saying? You do Cialis? That's really good. That's good for getting a pump, right? But you don't want to get bricked up in the gym. NPC gyms. Ooh. Should I act like a bot in the gym? Just react to those gifts and shit? Oh man, that's crazy. I don't know if I could do that. What's on the screen? This right here is a fat loss calculator, right? So this will tell you exactly what body fat you're at and what body fat you need to be at, or how long it'll take to get to your goal body fat. Calisthenics is, oh, that's what you mean, calisthenics. Okay, I thought you said Cialis, but calisthenics, very very good, very very good. You just want to make sure, you're getting stronger over time. If you do like 50 push-ups, it's too easy. You gotta start adding weight. Weighted pull-ups, weighted dips, really good for building a ton of size. 300 grams of protein. That's insane. Oh, okay, but wait. You're 90 kg. That still sounds uh like a like a unnecessary amount. At the max. Yeah, yeah, you're really going crazy with protein. I feel like it'd be better used if you just had more carbs and fats. That's really what you want. Like just a moderate amount. At least hit the 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, and then just go crazy with carbs. Carbs will help your gym performance the most. Getting a pump in the gym, just lifting more, getting huge. Let's see. Yeah, Levi, definitely hop on more carbs. 155, 5'9", 18%. Why take 300 grams of protein when you could take 300 milligrams of test? That's real, bro. Yeah. Hit that, hit some creatine too. Might as well. What should have been my calorie density you think's all about? Wait, what was your weight and height? And let's see, KYS, do you have Instagram? Because I can also send you a nutrition guide. And this nutrition guide has got the best foods. Best foods for losing fat, building muscle, how to eat fast food and build muscle. If you're interested, hit me up there and I can send it over as well. You said you're 154. It depends. It really depends on how many calories you're doing right now. Yeah, say whatever, bro. Say whatever as long as it's PG-13, right? I can't get banned. And you know what? Sometimes TikTok doesn't let you say certain things. But yeah, ask me any question. Let's see. Gotta hop on a cycle. Oh, 100%. Like, all right. I'll see how big I am at 30, but like, yeah, if I have a kid, that's the main thing. I don't want to mess up my fertility. So maybe if I'm a dad, want to go crazy, that's when I would hop on. Or, you know, do it like Alex Eubank did if you really feel like shit. But honestly, like you could achieve that physique naturally. So it's really not worth it, I don't think. Let's see. Just followed you, bet, man. Bet. If you send me a DM, I'll check it out. Let's see. Okay, you're currently on 1,600 calories. What is your goal? Okay, that is really. Oh, you said you're 18%. You're 155, 18%. Damn, 1,300 calories. Way too low. Way too low. Because you're only gonna have to cut lower and lower from there. You're already on low calories. There's not much room there. Oh, you're on 1,600. Still, there's not much room to go from there. So, if you hit a plateau and you're not losing weight, I'd highly recommend doing a diet break. Right, bumping up the calories, trying to get to a slight calorie deficit. Yeah, you don't want to tank your hormones, and what happens is your strength in the gym, it's gonna go down if it's too aggressive. But this right here would take you, if you wanted to go from 18% to 13%, 12 weeks. 12 weeks, not bad at all, to go from 18 to 13. That would be a really, really good transformation. Let's see. If I eat 1,400 calories, depends what your weight and height is, MX. But yeah, probably. 1,400 is not a lot. Have two kids, blast trend. That's the move. You've been on the diet since July 15. What's your diet look like? Like how many calories are you at? Cut from 35% to 18%, but now feel hard suck. Should I keep going? Absolutely. If you're not at your goal yet, definitely keep going. The thing is, it's only going to get harder, right? Because you're trying to lose the stubborn belly fat. Stubborn belly fat is the hardest to lose. It takes the most work. And so you'll need to make another adjustment. You'll probably have to, change your calories or move more, get more steps, do more cardio. But yeah, I would say go for it, flex up. Don't want to take your hormones though, right? Let's see. Same time going. Is it the same time if going from 18 at 160? At 160, it would only make it a little longer. Yeah. Wait. Oh, it's different. It's different. Different weight. Different weight, but it is the same time. Yeah, it makes sense. Are you at 160 right now? You're 15, you're gaining. but your weight is just going down slower and slower. If you're still losing weight, that's good stuff. Like even if it's a pound per week, that's really good progress. GX, what weight are you? Or like what body fat are you at? Cuz if you get to below 15% or like 15%, could definitely do lean bulk. But if you're at like 20% or higher, it makes more sense to cut down. I don't know if a lean, yeah, eating 1,300 calories now, 20K steps, 180 grams of protein, 30 grams of fiber. Donnie, what is your weight and height? That sounds crazy. 1,300. I did that actually. I was on 1,300 for like a week or two when I did this bodybuilding competition. Felt terrible. Got really bad sleep. Lost a lot of strength. So it was not really worth it. And that's the only reason why I did it. It was because it was for the bodybuilding competition. I signed up late. I didn't really prepare too much for it. Now, if I gave myself more time, there was no need. There would have been no need to do that. 160, but the progress is slowed. Thinking I might need to be 145, 150. Yeah, that's pretty accurate because this says 146. So, but flex up. What do you think you need to change to make sure you make more progress? If you're interested, if you have Instagram as well, I can send you a full nutrition guide breaking down the best foods. That will help you lose more fat and build muscle. Things like ground beef, yogurt, Greek yogurt, eggs. Those are top tier protein sources. Let's see. 7 kilos or 0.7 kilos every day. That's a lot. You're going fast. You're speed running. As long as you keep your strength in the gym, it can be fine. But if you're losing a lot of strength, I don't think it's worth it. Dynamic stretching, yep. Dynamic stretching is the most optimal, right? And then you want a static stretch, foam rolling after. 5'10". Uh, you were 87 kg. Now you're 75 kg. Trying to be 70 kg. Ooh, the holiday. That's where things get tricky, right? When you go on vacation. So there's a couple things you could do, but yeah, because you don't want to lose all your progress. I've gone on vacation before where I've gained 20 pounds in a week, completely eating everything, and that's not what you want to do after a cutting phase. Um, but like, okay, wait, Donnie, if you had to say what body fat are you at? You're like 1920. I have kind of the top abs already. Perfect. Lagoats, what weight are you? Okay, 18 9. This will say 18 19, and we'll say 19 and you're 20, and this also works for kilos. So oh, whoops, I did that backwards. Boom. All right. This would be four. You'd be at 63 kg at week 14. So 14 weeks. Is that enough time before October? Might not be enough time. So if you speed run 11 weeks, but it depends how lean you want to get, right? Like 13% body fat, that's really good. 13, 12%, or 10%, like that's really when your abs start to pop out. If I eat enough protein and go to the gym, I don't have to be worried about. No, it's not that simple. It's not that simple. You can't just eat protein and Go to the gym. If you're eating a lot of protein but only 1,300 calories or a really low amount of calories, you can still lose. You know, and your sleep as well. That's the main thing, right? If you start eating too little and you mess up your sleep, you'll lose a lot of muscle. How long should I wait till I go on a cut again? Depends what body fat you're at. Um, if you're over 20%, cut down. Cut down and you can build muscle at the same time. 35 years old, 5'11", do I cut or bulk? It depends. Danny, if you had to look at these pictures, if you had to say what body fat do you feel like you're at? Lost 40 pounds in August without exercise. Damn. Okay, just to calorie. That's impressive. Now, what's the move now, Warren? Warren, are you gonna start exercising? 5'10", you weigh 172. All right, let's go. Okay, if you're 172, 19, trying to get to 13, let's just say that. Lego, this would give you, 21 to 14 weeks, something like that. Pound to 2 pounds is a good rate of loss. So yeah, for like 14 weeks, 21. If your goal is 13% body fat, you can definitely get there. Danny, what were you saying? You're saying you're 20%? I would definitely cut. I mean, because I feel like I was 21, and what they say is, once your testosterone or once you're over 20% body fat, your testosterone starts to go down. It's just not effective. Like, it doesn't make sense to bulk past it. It's just not necessary. So yeah, definitely. So, and the thing is, you can still build muscle while cutting. But let's see here. Boom. Gotcha. All right. Yeah, similar thing. It's gonna be like 14 weeks, 21 weeks to get to that goal. If you're looking to get pretty lean, 13. Now, if we said 10%, even leaner, boom, could be like 19, 28 weeks. Appreciate it. Got you, Logo. And Logo, if you want a nutrition guide with the best foods, for cutting and bulk or for just getting leaner, building more muscle, how to eat fast food and still build muscle, lose weight, DM me on Instagram and I can send that to you. Because yeah, like the food quality matters too, and the amount, right? You gotta have both, ideally, if you want the best results. Skinny fat, what do you do? Slight calorie deficit, but in the gym, focus on progressively overloading, um, and that'll be the main thing. Stay consistent with the calorie deficit. Cal AI, Loki, really? The Cal AI helps you. Me personally, I never really found Cal AI to be worth it. Partly because ChatGPT can actually just do it. You can just send your food and take a picture to ChatGPT, and you can ask it, hey, how many calories is this? It'll do a decent, but they're still not accurate yet. So I don't think it's worth it. I don't think it's worth the money because they're not quite accurate. But yeah, lost 40 pounds. Are they flexing? I would think they are flexing in the photos. I think I'm 25 to 20%, 6'1", and I'm 210. Sorry, now I'm at 190. What's your body fat? That is hard to say. That is hard to say. If you had to guess, like, which one are you closest to? And also, if you have Instagram, you can send me a picture of your physique. I could take a look and give you my best guess. Wait. Hey, yep. If you already have premium, there's no need for Cal AI. There's no need for it. MyFitnessPal, yeah, MyFitnessPal is top tier too. That's the one I use. I know Chronometer is good as well. I think Chronometer lets you see more micronutrients, but I haven't really used that one too much. I've always used MyFitnessPal. To me it seems like the easiest. I hate cutting. I keep regaining and gaining the same 5 pounds. Yeah, cutting is way harder than bulking, in my opinion. I don't think, like, even if you lean bulking is still easier than cutting. I don't understand how people really have it that bad. But what are you doing so far? Are you tracking calories? What's her name? DMD. Are you tracking calories? That's what really comes. Most people just mess up with that. Just don't know how to track properly, or they do well Monday through Friday, but then the weekends come. There's you want to go out and it's hard to, and you forget to track on the weekends, and then boom, it can slow down your progress a lot. It can make a really big difference. I'm 16, 20%. Should I cut or wait? Cut if you do a slight cut. Like I'm talking a 2 to 500 calorie deficit. Absolutely, build muscle. That's what I did when I was 16. I was skinny fat. So the so I didn't actually bulk at first. I just slowly dropped down my calories. And plus, you probably have newbie gains too, so you can make a lot of progress. Facts, facts. My fitness pal is the best. BRG, what weight are you? Interesting. You're not the bottom four, but you're not the top five. What do you think you're closest to? I mean, it's not perfect. It's just eyeballing, right? If you want it to be perfect, really figure out what body fat you are, then you would need to you would ideally want to get a DEXA scan, but then that costs money. So like, this is just easier. Stuck in a plateau eating around 20. Yeah, are you under eating? Sounds like it, but world's inversion. What weight are you? What weight and height are you? 1200 is pretty freaking low. I'm about 5'7", 135. I just started lifting, but I'm 20%. Cut down. Same thing. Yeah, always if you're 20%, cut down, because you can still build muscle while cutting, and it just makes sense to bulk when you're already at a higher body fat percentage, and then when you get lean, you can bulk for longer too. You can bulk for like months, long time, years even. You could just, if you're really lean, and take it slow. I do not think the in body is accurate. It can be totally way off, but the trend, right? The trend that gives you that could be good. 175, 57. Let's see. 1200 is pretty freaking low. 1200 is pretty low, not gonna lie. But like, yeah, so if I were you, I would try and work your way back up to 2200 calories. Because where are you gonna cut from? Like, you go to 1200 to 800, it's just too little. You're gonna be starving, right? So you gotta have more calorie. You gotta fuel the workouts, regain the muscle, and boost your metabolism. You're 5'6", 300 pounds. Should I start cutting? Absolutely, bro. It's all. I mean, it's up to you. It's your goals, right? Do you like what you see in the mirror? If you don't, you gotta change it. It's hard, but you gotta choose your hard. That's the way to go. You're 6 feet 183. Is this accurate? Not exactly. No, but it's a good place to start. I would say it's fairly accurate. The thing is, it doesn't know your body, right? So if you follow the calories from a TD calculator, you just gotta make adjustments. So like, if your weight hits a plateau, then drop it down to 200 calories. But at six, wait, what's your goal, Dahlon? Are you trying to lose weight or gain weight or build muscle, lose fat? 6 feet, 183. It's pretty good. But like, let's see, your maintenance calories would be 2,700 calories. You're down 118 pounds since April. Let's go. 118 pounds. Crazy. Ian, what weight are you at right now then? That is insane. 118 pounds is crazy. And it hasn't even been like a year. What have you tried so far? What have you been doing? Like, what did you do to lose 100 pounds? Is it just weightlifting, calorie deficit, cardio? I highly recommend doing weightlifting if you haven't already. It's a good way to boost your metabolism. 5'8", 177 goals, 160. How much should I eat? Let's see. If you're trying to gain weight, like 2,800. Yeah, 2,800 as well. What's going on, user? Aggressive calorie deficit and hard cardio. Do you plan on starting weightlifting? Because the thing about weightlifting, it'll just boost your metabolism. And then you end up looking more toned as well at the same time. So when you cut down, you just have more muscle definition. You can eat more too while you lose weight. And a lot of people will like to wait to lose weight. But I think it doesn't make sense. I think the sooner you start weightlifting, the better, the more progress you're going to make. The more muscle you're going to build, the easier it's going to be for you to lose more weight. Hey, yep, absolutely. You got it, man. And how many times a week do you think you could weight train? Because it only takes like 3 to 5. 3 to 5 times a week for an hour, you can make really good progress. How do you taper your weight loss? It's probably going to come down to your, your calorie intake. Lost 75 pounds in 4 months, eating 150. What the? How did you not die? How did you not starve? Is that for real? 150 calories? That is ridiculous. 7, 6'3", 205. What's your goal? What's your body fat right now, Forrest? Cardio 6 7 days a week. That's really good. That's really good. Yeah, you can do cardio every day if it's low intensity. Stuff like the treadmill, elliptical. If you're running every day, or if it's high intensity, that could be a lot of impact on your body, pretty hard to recover from. But like lifting, definitely would be good. Couple times a week. He'd be dead. Lowest you got to 600, 800. Damn. Okay. Running uphill. Yeah, that the only thing is that's like just a lot of impact on your joints. If you can recover from it and you're getting great results, absolutely. Yeah, swimming is good. Competitively, I can see how that could be bad for muscle growth. You're 35% now. All right, if you're 35%, 205. Let's see. We'll say the goal is 15. If you followed this, which is totally doable, 1%, then 30 weeks. 30 weeks to go from 35% to 15%. That would be absolutely crazy. Forrest, you think you got it? Can you make it happen? That's the question. I'm measuring the body fat. I'm measuring your goal body fat and how long it's going to take to get there. It's probably this just gives you a goal. That's the thing because most people they could achieve their goal faster, but they don't have a realistic time frame, and then you can easily put it off, right? Like imagine 6 months goes by and you're in the same spot. Can't let that slide. So like this will give you a realistic goal on how long it'll take to get to where you want to be. Walking is best cardio. Yep, that is definitely top tier. Yeah, I mean I would say like go for 8 to 10K steps a day. 13 incline 3.2. That's really good. That's crazy. You thought you were 10%, but now you think you're 20. Nick, is that the goal? Is the goal 10%? Adam, what do you want to know? The amount of calories for 6 foot 225, or your body fat? If I'm 165 10, should I cut or put on muscle? Depends, Joseph. What body fat are you at? Let's go. Forrest, what are you doing so far? Are you weight training? Yes, DM me on Instagram. I don't reply to my TikTok DMs all the time. I check Instagram though. I'll reply to every Instagram DM, right? And if you want this guide or you want a nutrition guide, send me a message. I can send it over. It's Bryn.Bertag. It's the same thing. You want to know the calories? Perfect. All right, at 6 foot 225. Boom. According to this, it'd be 3,000. And then to lose some weight, 2,500. Like you could start there, but like you're probably gonna have to, make some adjustments along the way. And this is saying you're moderately active, so it depends on how active you are. But let's see. Go for it. You can ask any question. Let's see. Can you do 5'4", 135? You're okay. You're 15% right now. 135, 15%. Trying to go for 12. Boom. 15% and 12%. 13 weeks if you would go pretty slow, but that's gonna be the safest, right? If you're doing 0.5%, it's slower, but you're more likely to keep more muscle, right? If you want to go aggressive, you could do 1%, and then it would only be some weeks. Not too bad, but that would be who did I do that for? All my shit hurts. I'm sad, but hey, cutting is cutting. Well, that's probably because you're running, right? Isn't does it hurt from all the joint pain? Like if you're doing a lot of hard running, that could hurt. But walking, I mean, everything will cause a little bit of fatigue. You're 20%, but without abs. Then okay, then yeah, then like to get abs depends on your genetics, but you gotta be at least like 20 or 15%. Most people they start to see your abs at like 15%. So let's see, 20, boom, you're 135. You said you're 139. Boom. All right, then yeah, this would take 19 to 10 weeks. Not bad at all. Being 14 with 120 pounds bad? That's definitely not bad. I mean, I don't know. It depends what you look like. It depends what your goal is. It could always be better, right? What is the fat loss projection calculator? This will tell you how long it takes to get to your goal body fat. If you're interested, DM me on Instagram and I can send it over to you if you want to try it out for yourself. Yeah, Sean, message me on Instagram. I could guess if you have a picture. If I have an upper lower rest split and have what level of active is that? Um, 4 to 5 times. I would say moderate. Yeah, probably moderate. Also depends on like, it's hard to say. This thing is imperfect. But I would guess that. Bro, I'm bulking on 150. I can't wait to cut. I'm so bloated. Do it, bro. Start the cut then, or thug it out. As long as you're not 20% body fat. If you're under 20% body fat, keep going. Best thing to do is bulk. Honestly, I wish I spent more time lean bulking, because if you cut and you don't have a foundation, you're just gonna look too small. So you want to spend as much time lean bulking as you can without getting fat. How do I convince my mom to let me take peptides? Bro, you don't need peptides. You don't need peptides. You can get jacked naturally. How old are you too? You're probably young. You probably even haven't fully gone through puberty yet. And so you gotta reach your natural potential. Get there, and then if you still look ass, hop on peptides. But you don't need it, bro. You could get to, unless you're trying to compete. But there's no way. Don't do it. Don't do it. Stay natty, bro. You don't want the bad side effects. What's up, Matt? I'm you're 6'2", 175, 20% body fat. Gotcha. Okay. At 175, and let's say you want to get to 12, because like 12 is pretty decent. Like, you look crazy. That would take, if you went slow, 26 to 13 weeks. Not too bad. But it depends what you're doing now. Graham, do you go to the gym? Like, do you do lifting? Lean bulking is when you eat in a calorie surplus, but it's clean food. Dirty bulking, you eat whatever, and you can get pretty fat. Unless you're a skinny guy. Like, skinny guy, like, there's some guys that are hard gainers. They can just eat and they don't get fat. It's crazy. I'm 26% body fat. What's the fastest way to drop 3% in a month? Whew. Whew. You gotta be in a pretty intense deficit. 3% in a month. Yeah, I would say like 500 to 700 calorie deficit. Could probably get you there. You think I'm at 10%? I will lose some muscle. Depends how hard you cut. If you like keep most of your strength, you won't lose muscle. Wait, what does FBEOD stand for? 1,700 calories? That seems pretty low. How do you figure out your body fat? I would guess by just looking at this here. Full body every other day. Ah, okay. Yeah, that's really. I mean, I've never really done. I mean, I've done some full body, but like, yeah, no, full body is really good. That's all you need. That's probably best for 3 times a week if you go 3 times a week. 1,700 calories. That does seem low. Has it been working, Graham? Have you been like seeing progress each week from doing that? 220, 510. What are you trying to get to? Geode, you're 18%. How much of a deficit should you be if you want it? I would start small. Start with like a 2 to 500 deficit. Because here's the thing, the more food you have, the better you're going to feel, and the more of a chance like you can build muscle. Right? The lower you drop your calories, there's a chance. It's just like harder and harder to keep more muscle. So ideally, if you weight train and you do a little bit of cardio too, you can eat more food and get leaner. But the main thing also is your sleep, right? Got to make sure you're sleeping 8 hours properly, getting freaking dialed. And if any of you guys do want to make a transformation like this, drop down 30 pounds, 90 days or 6 months, build muscle, get leaner, reveal your abs. Apply for coaching in the first link in the application if you want a tailored plan, if you want to fast track your progress, be held accountable to make sure it does happen and it's guaranteed. All right, then check out the application. If you have a question though, if you just want one of these guys, message me on Instagram, and I can send it over. 7 isn't bad, but yeah, 8 would definitely be better for sure. 1 to 27 to 19. Let's go. How do you change your ab genes? Get different parents. Nah, you can't. You're cooked. You can't really do that. Eli, hit me up on Instagram. Send me a pic. Then I can give a guess. I can't stick to it. I'm usually around 2,000, but 17 lost you about 1 to 2 pounds. Then you gotta thug it out. Then, or you could do a diet break. You know, slowly bump up your calories again, and then recut down on more food. But you might just have to thug it out and do 1,700. If you're not losing strength and it's working, then I would keep doing what you're doing. Appreciate the support though, boys. I'm gonna end the live here. Like I said, if you have more questions, hit me up. Peace, chat.